Welcome to what was the voice you used in? Do it.
This camera, right?
Yeah, just that camera for this.
Welcome to the world of beer craft with your hosts, Benny and Dan. Because we're such connoisseurs of craft beer, we have to talk like this the whole time.
I'm not going to.
No, me either.
So what this show is Dan and I were looking for more things to bring to our Patreons, patreon.com/comicstorian, and I've been looking for more content that I can bring regularly to my own personal vlog channel.
And I wanted an excuse to drink beer.
And well, so did I. So quick, before we, the show, we won't do this explanation, everyone, but this show basically, Dan and I both enjoy beer. Now, I have not had actually a lot of beer in the last, I'd say, what, year? Probably a year since
a while.
Yeah. So long story short, I used to be an alcoholic in the military. I did kick the habit when I got married to my wife. I've been fine ever since, and I can fine socially drink. About a year ago.
We know this isn't craft. I'm gonna stop you right now. This isn't craft. It's my palate cleanser.
It literally is the palate. It's mine too. We're sharing the palate cleanser. Tastes like swill. Anyway, guys, I used to be a huge fan of beers and stuff like that. A part of moving over, because this is going on my vlog channel on Patreon, so they know a little bit about me already.
Yes.
When I moved to Colorado, I couldn't do a lot of working out because of my broken ankles, and I hadn't found a workout plan that worked for me, which made me put on a lot of weight that I was unhappy with. So I cut alcohol out as like, hey, I should eat healthier and not drink beer. So
Empty
I just
calories.
Yeah. Now that I've got a workout plan that works for me with my ankles, I do want to start drinking again. And Colorado is known for its
socially, not overly.
Yeah, tons, just all over.
Just kidding.
All over the place. So, Disclaimer. So I wanted to start getting more into the craft beers because we have so many great ones around here.
We have so many breweries.
Yeah,
Colorado is
well known for its craft beers.
Yes.
And what that turned into is Dan and I going, hey, why don't we take 3 topics and discuss each topic for about 3 to 5 minutes over one of 3 different craft beers every episode.
It's gonna be fun. And this is going to be the first one, so we don't know how it's going to go.
No, wait.
So be prepared.
Okay, so the first one that we're going to put on here, anybody who watches us on Twitch, twitch.tv/eligible or Patreons, you guys know about our camera guy, Gary.
I feel like that's a weird one to choose first, but okay.
What do you want? You want to close with that one?
I feel like that's a very unique flavor to start out with.
That's why we have a palate cleanser.
Okay,
if you want, we'll go to the right to the left.
I guess we're starting from biggest to smallest.
Okay, so we got a beer just to make Gary's face sad.
Yes, because Gary always talks about how his favorite gluten-free beer is this. What is it?
It's a milk stout.
It's like a milk coffee stout.
Come here, come on this side so they can see you.
And so
see your
we
reaction.
were like, hey Gary, we were gonna get you a drink. We were gonna get you a coffee stout. But we couldn't find a gluten-free one.
Right,
so
we literally looked. We did.
Yeah,
it was like 10 minutes of looking. Okay.
So unfortunately, you're gonna be
the Sad Panda coffee stout.
Oh. And it's not gluten-free.
No,
it's not. You're a sad panda.
I am a sad panda. You drink that delicious.
All right. For the record, I won't lie. I'm not the biggest fan of coffee stouts.
Of coffee stouts?
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's why I was like,
okay, so I had 3 topics, and I'm trying to think of them. 1, we were going to talk about more GameStop stories. 2, we were going to talk about the existence of parallel universes and if we believe in it.
Okay.
And 3 was our favorite new superheroes that have come out recently.
Well, cheers.
So what do you want to talk about right now?
Cheers.
Pick one of those 3.
Well, parallel universes.
Okay. So do you believe that they exist?
Well, I figured we should drink it and give a little bit about the drink first. Since this is slightly a review. Wafting.
It tastes like coffee. So this is the Sad Panda Coffee Stout. The prominent vanilla and chocolate aromas are balanced by wafts of malt, sweetness, and caramel. The first sip introduces the complex combination of flavors that you'd expect in your favorite coffee or stout. Bonus, here you've got both. With vanilla and dark chocolate sweetness, a gentle coffee bitterness to a finish, this drinkable stout has a great depth of flavor that is smooth and satisfying.
It's not as thick as most coffee stouts that I've tried.
No, it's not at all.
And it's kind of you said it tastes like coffee. I felt like it feels like kind of watered down coffee.
It does taste. It tastes like watered down coffee to me. Problem with this though, it doesn't taste like alcohol.
No.
I could chug this.
Yeah.
And just be like, I got a bad flavored coffee drink at the local. What's the alcohol content in this?
Let me see.
I'm looking. Okay, so other universes. I 100% believe they exist.
I do too.
I-
6.8.
6.8?
Yeah.
You'd think that would taste more alcohol-y.
You really would. Like, it doesn't.
Gary, he's taking the
He's
risk.
like, screw it.
Just a little, right?
Yeah, just a little.
Just a
Actually, I'm very.
just a taste. Don't worry.
I actually I want to know what his opinion because he is such a.
Oh,
fan.
come here. You gotta be on the set.
come
You gotta be
here.
on the set, yeah.
Here.
I believe none of these were over $6.99.
This way I'm actually in focus.
All right, so
No, it's okay.
I know exactly where I put
Okay.
mine. So
What, you're
It-
giving it to
I'm
me?
holding it so
Oh,
you
you're,
can
hol-
talk.
you're just holding it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were giving it to me. Well, I don't know. Okay. You're right. It doesn't taste like alcohol.
Yeah.
No.
At all. It's like a semi-sweet.
It's like cold brew.
yeah, it tastes like a watered down cold brew.
Yeah.
It's like a slightly carbonated cold brew.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. You want to chug it, Gary?
I am.
I want to chug it?
You won't regret that.
No, I do not.
All right, so alternate universes, Dan.
Can you taste the gluten?
Can you taste it?
So alternate universes.
I 100% think they exist.
I do too.
I do believe because of this, there's been a lot of situations that we do our conspiracy
well,
cast
hold on.
show.
Actually, what kind of alternate universes do you believe in?
For me, I believe you make a decision today, and no matter what decision you make, it splinters the universe.
That's exactly what I
Okay.
was thinking. Like every decision that is made, there are, for the most part, there are multiple answers.
Yeah.
And what is that called? What is the name of that theory? Because it is the.
And thank you,
there
Brad,
are-
for those 2,000 bits.
Yes, thank you so much. You have there's a new universe for every possible answer you could have come up with.
Gary would know the answer.
When
the
it's-
tangent universe theory?
The time theory, the parallel universe theory, where let's say, for example, you asked me a yes or no question.
String theory.
String theory.
Yeah,
okay.
chat's got us on this one.
Okay, thank you, Twitch chat over here on twitch.tv/eligiblemonster.
I believe in that. I do believe it's a real thing.
I do too.
There's been situations where we have people slipping between universes, and I actually think that is a possibility. I don't think it's nearly as common as everyone likes to say. Every deja vu is you slipping real. I don't think that's the case. I do think it's a possibility though, because there's too many situations in my life alone where I've made a last second decision or something crazy, and I always wonder what would have happened.
Yeah. I feel like the slipping through reality would be almost you answered. There were two paths you could have gone for the answer to the question you were asked.
Yes.
And the slipping through it reality would be while answering the question in different ways, for some reason, they both ended into the same universe, so part of you felt like you had...
Far less.
Nah.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm kind of saying?
I think we
Like,
agree. I think we agree on this one. I think this show will be a lot better when we disagree on things. So I'll pick
Give
our
us
next
a couple
topic.
more beers and we'll start disagreeing.
All right. This
so
one
this is-
I'll tell you in a minute, but let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
So this.
I thought we were going to tell them.
Oh, okay. I'll tell them first. Okay.
Yes.
So this is ginormous Imperial IPA, 8.8 alcohol content. I bought it because it has a robot on it.
He did. It's got...
It's called Gigantic.
he looks like Optimus Prime.
Yeah. In search of a hoppier, better equipped, ginormous.
There are too many cameras. I keep looking at the wrong one.
It's that one right there.
I know, but I'm so used to going.
Ginormous Imperial IPA has developed our own secret testing facility deep in Portland for a version 5 that we focus on Mandarinia, Citra, and Simcoe hops. Okay.
I don't know why I'm trying to smell it. 'Cause I got a stuffy
I
nose.
don't like hoppy beers,
Yeah,
so I don't know if we're gonna like this one. So it's bubbling up in the bottle.
Okay, I want a little palate cleanse.
Natalie, actually, because we have to film the gaming podcast after this, she was like, "Are you guys gonna be okay if you do this first?"
No.
I think we'll be more fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that is totally a palate cleanser. I was
Yeah,
accurate on Stella.
It's so different, but
Yeah.
See, I like Stella for the record because it's such a safe beer.
For you guys on Twitch, yes,
still
we will
good.
show the beers to the Twitch chat afterwards, so you can see what they are better, because I know
Yes.
it's pretty far away from you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's talk about our
Cheers.
GameStop stories.
Okay. So this one we're gonna do good stories.
Did I tell you about the time I tried to become a cheerleader? In a video game.
Hold on.
I don't like
We
this
gotta
one.
give a slight review.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, and you gotta drink the whole thing.
I don't do the whole
That was
thing.
the rule.
No, it wasn't.
It is now. Suck it.
You can't throw a rule in there. We never said we would drink our whole glasses.
That's why I figured you were like, oh, I shouldn't have poured such a big glass because I'm like, I have to drink the whole thing.
No, I really get the waste, but if nobody's gonna drink the hoppy beer, whatever. Because like Kevin might want it.
This is a very gas-heavy beer.
And that's why I don't like hoppy beers.
Yeah.
Because then I'm just burping the whole time and I
Yeah.
feel full, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's why, as much as I love Guinness, I can't drink Guinness unless it's like that's all I'm having for the evening.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too.
So
It's
okay,
No, we don't have a rule of finishing it.
no, we did, Dan. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say this can go multiple directions
I would.
because that full beer won't fit into that glass.
I would, except we have to do another podcast after
Yeah.
this, and I don't think you should be chugging the 8.8 volume.
Yeah. No, if it was like a 4.2.
Okay. So this is when I
Zero.
first got to work at Gamestop. And this is back at Funko Land days.
Screw.
Yeah, don't like that one, do you?
Yeah, no.
that was not a good one. If you like a hoppy beer, I can say this is
need a
probably,
cleanse.
it tastes like a hoppy beer, so you probably would enjoy this. It's just not a Benny beer.
Nor a Dan beer.
So, okay, so
GameStop stories. Okay.
back at Funko Land days, when new video games would be released, they would let me play them all day.
Okay.
We legit so if you go work at GameStop now, you can't play games. You really can't. But back in the Funko Land days, we literally had a TV set up for the employees to play between customers, so you could always try new games. I remember playing Grand Theft Auto 3 that way. I wasn't even gonna buy it until they said, "Oh, Benny, here you gotta play it for an hour." And I'm like, okay, and I played for an hour. I'm like, I'm buying this game.
I'm trying to think of a story. That's why I look.
I know, I'm giving you time.
Okay.
So see, it's hoppy.
It's way
already
too
getting
much.
me to burp.
Yeah, like I'm.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so in GameStop, we every Tuesday the games come out, or Wednesday, whatever day they came out back in that day. And I was working with what was his name? Ray. Ray was like your typical I work at GameStop the entire nicest guy in the entire world. But he had the big glasses, the butchered teeth, the balding hair. He was your classic. Back in 15 years ago, I'm the gamer guy working in a managerial position at a GameStop because it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I'm working one shift with Ray. And the games come in, and only one new game came out that day. Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's cheerleading squad. And we had no customers coming in the store.
Okay.
So Benny, 16, it's like my second job ever. Ray's like, well, you're gonna have to play Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen until customers come in. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you have to play the game. So if somebody asks you what is Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen's cheerleading squad about, you know what it's about. And I'm like, really?
Is anyone gonna ask?
Right, I'm gonna do young Benny. Really, Ray? Do I really gotta play that one?
Really, Ray?
And he's like, no,
Really?
Benny, you gotta do it. So Ray and he set me up, and I started playing Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen cheerleading squad.
Okay.
And we didn't get a single customer all day. So I'm
You just played
I'm-
all day.
So about 3 to 4 hours in,
Okay.
Ray's shift's coming to an end. And we've been playing this together at this point, trying to beat the cheerleading squad.
Okay.
We have both gotten so invested to making the squad. He calls his wife, hey, I'm gonna be like 20 minutes late. I've almost made it to the cheerleading squad. And I'm like, Ray, they're almost gonna accept us. It was just a series of mini games. And we really needed to get Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen on that squad. End of the story, we did.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm having trouble thinking of GameStop stories that I have not already told. I'm not sure if I've told the one because.
Luckily, see, for you guys who don't know, I worked at GameStop far longer overall than Dan did.
Yeah, he worked there for what, like 5 years?
Off and on. I got the job when I was 16, and I worked there until 21. Then I joined the military, and when I got out...
That would be 5 years.
Well, no, but
more than 5 years.
Then when I got out at 28, 21? No.
Yeah.
Whatever, it was like, I got out at like 30. Right before my 30th birthday, I got out. And I joined the Army right before it was 21st birthday. Yeah, because it's like 9.5. So...
Yeah.
Because I always say 10 years is a roundup.
Yeah.
I never sit here and go, no, definitively I was in it for 10 years. But yeah, no, it was right about that. And I came out and then I worked at GameStop again for 3 years? Before we got to the size where I decided to do this full time.
You didn't work when I worked there?
No, because I was a manager again. When I came here, I stepped down.
Oh, okay.
And started working on the side just as a side gig.
Yeah, I only worked there for like 1.5 to 2 years, so I don't have nearly as many good stories.
I mean, if you want to pass out, we'll have more time.
I don't know why I poured that much.
Yeah, you have to drink it all, Dan.
Shut up.
All right, so
And sadly, this right here should tell you about GameStop. The fact that we tried to come up with good stories. I couldn't think of one.
So what's your bad story?
Nick.
Oh, we can talk about Nick? Chances of watching this are slim. I don't care.
So Nick was
For the
a
record,
hipster.
this is supposed to be a 10-minute podcast. We're never going to make that work.
No, we're at 15.
Yeah.
So Nick was this long-haired hipster. And when I say long-haired hipster, I mean long-haired and hipster in the sense of his video game knowledge was like Gary's, but he was it in a hipster sense of it's because they're the best games ever, not because I just haven't really had a chance to play newer games. Because Gary definitely, he loves those games, but it was mostly he didn't really have the option to play other games. Nick was the, I am only playing these games because they're the best games ever, like Final Fantasy VII and stuff. And I remember...
Real quick. Mike says we should invite him on this show sometimes to talk
Oh,
about.
hell yeah. No, Mike, you're gonna special guest. I hope you like beer. Because from now on, GameStop Stories is gonna come with beer. He was the kind of guy that, and this is the story of, someone was buying Metal Gear Solid. It was one of the newer ones, so Nick had played it because he was a hardcore Metal Gear Solid fan. And so I'm selling it to this person, and I'm like, so I haven't honestly played this game. It was Phantom Pain. And so pretty much all I knew was it was a very short game because speedrunners were able to beat it in 10 minutes. This was the predecessor, maybe it wasn't Phantom Pain, because it was the predecessor to Phantom Pain. I can't remember the actual name of it, but Nick decides to go, oh yeah, it's about this. Gives a sentence, and I'm like, thanks, Nick. Sounded sarcastic. I was legitimately like, thanks, Nick. That's surprising that you helped me out for once. And so the couple who's buying it, they're like, okay, we'll buy it. So I'm starting to sell it to them, and Nick starts going, well, first off, it's not
getting louder
nearly
and
as...
louder
I
as
know,
we're
sorry.
Is the beer doing that?
getting me louder.
We haven't drank that much.
No, I know. Shut up.
I can literally look at what you drank.
It's the anger towards Nick.
Tipsy
So
quick.
he literally is ground zeros, thank you. He starts comparing it to all the older ones, which we don't sell, being like, they're the ones you need to get, you need to play this, you gotta get the original PlayStation to do this. The couple's just like, we just wanna play a game. Like, can you just leave us alone, kid? This guy's checking us out, get away from us. To which he then starts explaining the game and spoils pretty much the entire game for this couple. And they're just like, to which I was like, so this is a used copy, you can return it within 15 days if you beat it fast enough. Because they wrote me a good survey review because I was very honest and they brought it back 4 days later.
Nice.
But Nick,
Okay.
I did not like Nick.
No, I know.
If you're watching this, Nick, I'm sorry, but I didn't really like you that much.
For the record, guys, if you're wondering why I seem very uninterested in Dan's story, he's told this story like 5 times to me. Every time we mention Nick,
You've also been
I've done the
around
exact.
for some of these stories,
and I tell the same stories to Dan a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't want you guys to think that I find it uninteresting.
Oh, no.
I've just heard this story a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't told you guys this story. That's why I thought of that
Yeah.
one.
You know what I was thinking about next time because we can't
What?
do it this time.
What's that?
I'm going to tell the story of Dan and whiskey. Why Dan has sworn off whiskey trying to compete with me.
No, not whiskey.
Okay, you know what? We'll do 2 topics here. We'll do that. I'm going to tell that story in a minute. Okay?
We don't have time for 2. We're at 19
Oh, no, well,
minutes.
the other one I think is going to be quick. Okay.
I have to be polite with cheers.
Okay, hold on. This is Nightmare, spelled K-N-I-G-H-T. The labeling is the Denver International Airport Bronco, which we thought would be fun. It's a Russian Imperial Stout aged with chocolate and vanilla beans in bourbon barrels.
I do want to say that the funny thing about
That's
this...
all it says. There's nothing else on here.
The funny thing about this one was when we were buying it, the lady at the desk was like, oh yeah, if you didn't know, when they were
This is
building this,
12%.
it actually fell and killed the guy who made it. And we were like, well, let me tell you a story. And we just told her about our comic
Warning.
podcast. I'm talking very loud.
Warning, beer really does that to you. Warning, this is a 12% alcohol. So don't chug this one because I know you haven't eaten much for lunch. We have other shows to do.
I do want to say it's kind of funny that the biggest bottle had the lowest alcohol content and the low. I guess they equal out the same. Maybe?
I guess, maybe. Okay, so
Alcohol per
who's your
volume.
favorite new superhero?
No. No.
Oh, the aftertaste is even worse. Like the initial taste is not horrendous,
No, it's not
but
good.
the moment you take it
Gary,
down
come
and it's
try
off
this.
your palate,
Come try a sip of
that
this.
is such a bad combo. It's another one that doesn't taste like alcohol, but it doesn't taste good. Yeah, it doesn't taste good.
It's. I mean, I guess if you like bad tasting beers,
It's not hot. What is
if
it?
you like cool labels on your beers, this is the one for you. If you don't like drinking your beer, this is the one.
Okay, out of the new heroes, I'm gonna go with Sideways and Damage are probably my two favorite new ones that have come out recently.
Yeah. Sideways, Damage, and Silencer would be my third, but not nearly as close to those two. Because Damage was one of those ones where I really, really enjoy the Hulk. The Hulk is a really good character. At first, I was like, this is the Hulk. But they did such a good job of separating him that made him really good in that sense. And Sideways was, he had kind of the personality of Spider-Man, which I liked, but he had such a different... power set that made it work.
Rad just gave us 2,000 bits to chug our glasses, so this is where you're gonna regret having poured a big glass.
How do we refund bits?
Come on, Dan. This is where you're gonna regret putting more in your glass.
I would much prefer to chug this one. Can I do that? Does that count?
We'll ask Rad while I tell. So Dan, so I hadn't drank in a while, and it was like 3 or 4 months ago.
Oh, the whiskey story.
Natalie's mother brought us an amazing bottle of whiskey, and I am a whiskey fan. It was a really pricey bottle. It was a gift in the whole 9 yards. And so we were having like a barbecue.
I feel slightly sick just thinking about
Oh, so here's the and Dan had at this point never drank with me to drunk. Now there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I
don't think I've ever been with you when you were drunk before this.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
Drunk.
Because since I was an alcoholic, I have a very good control over when I need to stop so that I don't get to drunk point.
Yes.
So and for the record, I am a big guy. I have a history of drinking. So like what would
Do you
make
see me?
Right. So what would
Compare the two.
So what would make Dan drunk doesn't for me at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm drinking about as much as Dan, but it doesn't do anything to me. So it's kind of whatever. Hold on. Chug it. We're not chugging for bits. We're chugging for bits. You gotta tell us which one you want. We'll chug our glass, not the bottles.
Yeah, I actually prefer this one over these two because this one was the very hoppy, and I don't want to be burping on the EMP.
We're not gonna be burping in the EMP. We're not gonna be drunk on the EMP. So you're not gonna.
Which is why the 12% for me
Yeah.
is probably not the
So anyway, I have this bottle of whiskey. We were having a great barbecue.
Didn't I have water earlier? I swear I'm not drunk. I just misplaced it.
And so we're talking about something, and I pour us each a shot, and we take a shot. And Dan decides he's gonna be brave, and he's like, "Yeah, we should keep drinking. We can go shot for shot."
Gary hit the camera.
I was trying to get your water.
Shot for shot, though, with me is not gonna work well for Dan. So we take the whole bottle and we go downstairs.
Okay, hold on. I do have to iterate. This was less me going, I need to keep up with Benny, and more just when I drink with other people, I'm a sympathetic drinker in the terms of if I see someone else take a sip, I naturally take a sip.
Right. Okay.
If someone else takes a shot, I naturally take a shot. That's kind of why I've been in poor situations before.
So the idea is that Dan and I are going to, like, I'm downstairs in the basement, we're having the shots, and I'm just taking a shot here and there. I'm drinking to enjoy my bourbon, we're taking shots, I'm sipping it. I know I'm going to get tipsy, but I don't assume I'm getting drunk. Okay? I did make a mistake.
Little did he know.
We end up going through the whole bottle. Half, because he's going equal with me, half the bottle.
Half and half. Not a small bottle. It was like this big. Okay, that might be an exaggeration.
But no, it was pretty big. It was big. It was a big bottle. We drank a lot of whiskey. So the night ends with me passing out in bed fully clothed, and that's the end. I wake up the next.
I walk home.
He walks home because he's not driving.
Yes, I walked home.
You lived near. You still live nearby. Well, you did more then.
I did.
It was like 3 blocks away.
And
so.
I almost fell in the lake. I did fall in the bathtub when I got home.
So we got there. The next morning I wake up, Usual time I wake up, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I go for a run. I feel a little hungover, but like not bad. I don't have a headache or anything. I just feel like I drank a lot of alcohol the night before. I do my run, I go lift, I come back. At this time, we didn't have like an official schedule, or I think it may have been our day off. It was one of the two reasons you had no reason to be here.
It was a day off, thank goodness.
Yeah,
why don't you tell it from your side?
So on my side, I text Dan to see if he's okay, no response. I can't get a hold of Dan all day, and I'm starting to get a little worried about Dan.
I texted you.
Yeah, but like really late in the day.
Because I had to edit, pretty sure I had to edit a video, and I'll let you finish.
So I don't hear anything from Dan. So Dan, tell your part of the story at this point.
So, I did not feel good. I was pretty much drunk when I woke up.
Oh, that is not a good beer. I did it for Rad because I couldn't catch what he said to chug, so I'm just like, I'll just take this last shot.
Okay, I'll chug the Stella.
I need a palate cleanse.
Okay, but once you're done, I'll chug the rest.
It doesn't even taste good.
Well, that's the comparison is probably horrible. Horrible. From now on, I think we should go water for palate cleanser. Because it's a good beer to palate cleanse, but some of these counter it tremendously so.
All right, so anyway, what happened?
Anyway, so I'm at home. I had a video to edit. I wake up, immediately go to the bathroom to puke. I was in there for at least half hour to an hour, maybe longer, just throwing up. And then I was like, okay, Dan, you got to edit your video. I walk over to my computer, I sit down, I look at the monitor and go, nope, run to the bathroom, start puking again. So instead, I decided to watch Fate Zero, no. It's the Fate series, and it was Apocrypha, the first season, to which I'm laying down the whole day in like this permanent kind of feeling. I constantly going back and forth to the bathroom. I even had a trash can near me because sometimes I couldn't make it to the bathroom.
All of this because he tried to compete with me on alcohol.
It wasn't
whiskey.
even, it wasn't even competing. It was more, for some reason I felt, I can do this. This isn't a bad
I'm
idea.
twice his size.
We spilt a lot, and it wasn't just the whiskey, we were drinking beer too.
Yeah, we were chasing the whiskey with the beer.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I had alcohol poisoning. There's a good chance I should have gone to the emergency room. Because
I agree with that.
It was bad.
I just woke up the next day fully clothed with water next to me because Natalie didn't know what to do, and I guess Dan, in his drunken state, told her,
like,
give him
he
water.
Needs water. Just make sure he drinks water. He just needs water. I'm walking home, I'm like, water, right? Lake. Not even kidding. Apparently, I tried to get in the lake. Either tried or I almost fell in the lake. And I like puked so hard into the toilet that I fell into the bathtub because it was right next to my toilet. It was not a fun, well, actually, it was a fun night. I won't lie.
Oh, yeah.
We had a great time. It was the aftermath that was not fun and has made it so that if I smell whiskey, I will gag, and I refuse to drink whiskey. Refuse to drink whiskey.
He does. It's funny. I've had other bottles here, and I'm like, hey, Dan, you want to go shot for shot again? He gets sick just thinking about it.
He will open the bottle. I'm like, oh.
All right, Dan, for the sake of Rad's bits, I need you to chug one of those. Chug something down. Not the Stella. One of the ones. One of the two you don't like. And we're going to end this episode of the Dan and Beer Show hour, or half hour.
This one wasn't as bad.
So chug
Can
it.
I pour this one into one and chug that?
No.
It wasn't.
You have like a sip there. Just
But
drink
this
it.
is the burpy one.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us today. If you like the show on here on my personal channel, let me know. If you want to see more of this on twitch.tv/EligibleMonster, let me know. And if you like this on Patreon, shoot me a tweet or leave a message in our community tab so we know you enjoyed this show. Also, let us know what beers you think we should try. It's going to be difficult for us to get them possibly, but we have two giant, World Marts?
We've got some good stuff.
Yeah, there's some good ways to get beers around here. So,
And I do want to say that I'm pretty sure there's an alternate universe where I fell in the lake. And I think that's
for me, I kind of liked the format. A beer, a topic, a beer, a topic.
Yeah,
we may have to condense them down better, though.
Yeah, but if you do enjoy the topics, do come watch us while we stream, because that will be, I think that's a great way for us to get our topics.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks for joining us today, and let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you like this, I'll keep doing this on my personal channel. There you go.
Gary was trying to turn it off. I wouldn't let him.
Turn it off, Gary.